Hello everybody, happy, what is it, Thursday. I'm out running errands in my shitty Jeep. I don't know what's going on, everybody's honking, everybody's crazy, this is Los Angeles. My car is old, it doesn't look old, but it is old, and you're going to hear a lot of squeaking because it's a stick shift, and every time I deal with the clutch, it squeaks, which I believe is a transmission issue. So that sucks. I don't know what I'm going to do about it. It's very annoying. So I apologize for the noise, but I thought it would be fun to just check in with you guys for fun on the road. And then when I park in the next parking lot I arrive in, I will read you something exciting. Thank you guys for your warm welcome back. Everybody was really nice to me and answered some of my questions about who's your hero, who's your enemy. And by the way, my answers for those change on the daily. Although my hero is still my brother. My enemy today is probably my car. You're gonna hear it. It also pops out of gear all the time and makes a noise as if you've just crashed into a brick wall. So that's always fun. I mentioned this on Twitter when I posted about the last episode, but my apologies for when I told stories in the last episode, and I only know this because when I was editing it in order to put it online, I heard myself say, and I was like, and she was like, and then I was like, and I was like, and I was like, and they were like, and then I was like, what? And then I just sounded so idiotic. Not that there's anything wrong with saying like, everybody does, but it was in overdrive the other day. I think it was when I told the story about Erica sending me that text that said something to the effect of, "This is hard." Is that what it said? I think so. And whoa, man, that was the worst storytelling I have ever done. I don't consider myself a great storyteller anyway, but I'm normally not that bad about saying like constantly. So anyway, I was mortified, and I'm here to apologize to you right now for that. Hold on just a second. I am looking for parking right now. I wanted to let you guys know that I haven't mentioned this in a while, but I love the radio show and podcast Bookworm from KCRW, and that is starring the great Michael Silverblatt, who's interviewed all the best writers around. Well, I wouldn't say all of them, but he does a pretty damn good job. And I haven't been listening to a lot of podcasts lately. I haven't been, again, back to my other statement from earlier, I haven't been doing much of anything lately until this week. So I was catching up on things while I was in my studio this week, and I was so excited. There was a new Eileen Myles interview, and I've read Eileen Myles on here. This is going to be the choppiest recording you've ever heard from me. I realize I'm now parked. I realize it's very hard to drive a failing Jeep with a stick shift. It's just not working. So at least I'm parked now. So back to Eileen Myles. I've read them on the podcast at least once. Really, really love Eileen Myles' voice, so I love hearing interviews with them. And this new episode I really recommend. I'll put a link in the description, of course, because not only is their new book of poetry out, which I can't think of the name right now, and I don't have it in front of me since I'm driving around, but Michael Silverblatt, well, they had a discussion about how this book is soon to be an audiobook, and it's a book of new poetry, and that doesn't happen very often for poetry, so that's very exciting. And they even had a discussion. Eileen was saying how poetry is meant to be heard, obviously, so they loved the idea of people having them on their headphones, walking around the city or the country or wherever you happen to walk. And I really liked that. That was exciting. And there was a wonderful kind of accidental lesson in using people's preferred gender pronouns. So I don't want to get into it because it's sort of a nice surprise, but I thought Eileen Myles did the world a great service in the way they handled this situation on the podcast. So that's a little teaser for you. Listen to the new episode of Bookworm from KCRW starring Michael Silverblatt. And I'm going to read you an earlier Eileen Myles poem. This is from, I have it in I Must Be Living Twice, New and Selected Poems. That was published by Eileen Myles themselves, and also Echo, which is an imprint of HarperCollins in 2015. It's from their book On My Way, I think, though, originally. So I'm pretty sure. Oh, and this is from our good friend, remember my sound engineer, D.W. Burnham, everybody. D.W., I love it when he sends me just things he's reading that gets him excited. This one, even though I had the book, I hadn't noticed how much I loved this book, this exact poem. So I'm excited to read you Eileen Myles' Harmonica. Okay, I printed it out just for you, just for this little drive. And then I gotta go. Don't want to put my glasses on because I don't want to see. Don't want to move again because I don't want to live. Don't want to love again because I don't want to lose. Don't want to eat again because I don't want to be full. Don't want to drink again because I don't want to feel quenched. Don't want to sleep again because I don't want to wake up. Don't want to live in summer again because I don't want to be hot. Don't want you to kiss me again because I don't want to be alive. Don't want to see you again because I don't want to vanish. Don't want to ride my bike because I don't want to get there. Don't want to know my family anymore because I don't want to remember me. Don't want to walk my dog because I don't want to be out. Don't want to stay in anymore because I don't want to be alone. Don't want to be tired anymore because I don't want to feel old. Don't want to eat candy anymore because I don't want to feel sweet. Don't want to talk to my friends anymore because I don't want them to know me. Don't want to sing anymore because I don't want to hear me. Don't want to die anymore because I don't want to see God. Don't want to live anymore because I don't want to repeat. Wow. It's a really good poem. And actually, as I was flipping the pages, I was reminded of something that happened when I listened to the Bookworm episode today that I wanted to share with you guys. Something I love. A noise I love. I had my Beats by Dre, what are they called? My headphones on, the big ones, and which, by the way, are shedding little black particles all over my fucking face, and it makes me so mad. I basically look like I have a weird beard by the time I get done walking around with those on. So that sucks because they're not that old. Sorry, I'm complaining about everything breaking down. Everything of mine is just on its last leg, I think. So I was listening to it and really having a nice time walking around the city. I had to walk to my retina specialist today. By the way, I got good news on if you guys remember, I was blind in my left eye not that long ago, but it's improving. My eye is, so that's good. So there was this part where towards the end, before Eileen Myles' final reading, Michael Silverblatt, he says something, I want you to read the one about the Western, or the Western one. And they start talking about it very briefly. And in that moment, you hear Eileen Myles flip. The way a book sounds, it's a certain like this. But it's a specific sound that reminds me of being read to in libraries as a kid. I don't know why it did, but I hit the go back 15-second button on my iPhone about 20 times just to hear it again. It's very, very faint, but they just flipped the page open to the Western poem, and oh my God, it really made me emotional. It was so beautiful. So I love talking about favorite noises. That's one of my favorite noises. What are your favorite noises? Tell me. I know I've asked that one before, so this kind of feels a little bit lame, but That was a really good one. You guys, that's about it for me. Don't forget to get on cottonbureau.com and order your Me Reading Stuff t-shirts or sweatshirts. People are loving them. People are wearing them. Thank you to anyone who has bought them. All proceeds go to the Trevor Project. What else have I got for you? I'll be back again soon. I feel as if the last podcast invigorated me quite a bit, even though it wasn't my best. There's something about dipping your feet in and just going for it, and I really needed to go for it. Have a great Thursday. Have a great weekend. And I love you guys. Bye-bye.